If you're somebody who would like to be more confident, authentically yourself, maybe even more of a happier all-around person, then today's video is for you. Today I'm talking about the VIA Character Strengths Assessment, which I don't think people are talking about enough. I use this tool a lot in my coaching, so I thought I'd make this quick video just to chat about it briefly, share with you how you can take the test, and then how you can use your results for your own life and making it better. Best part about all of this is that it's 100% free. My name is Karen McGill. I'm an ADHD life coach, and I help people with busy, ambitious brains get snizzle done. And one of the best ways to do that is to really tap into your strengths, your character strengths. And when I say strengths, I want to caveat this by saying I'm not talking about talents or skills. So strengths being, I'm a great writer or a good listener or, I'm a great mom. Those might be skills and things that come naturally to you, born talents. Character strengths are more about the essence of who you are. So let me talk a little bit about the assessment, where it came from, and how it's being used today. So the VIA Character Strengths was developed by Martin Seligman, who's considered to be one of the grandfathers, I use a plural there, of positive psychology. So this is work done out of the University of Pennsylvania, and it is the most psychographically accurate assessment of all human character strengths. There's 26 or 24 in total. And it has been pulled from a variety of different cultures, countries, religions, perspectives, orientations of a variety of different kinds to really get a holistic view of humanity and the various different character strengths within all people, or reflected in all people. So the one important thing to know here before we even go any further is that everybody has these character strengths, but we have them in different order. And usually like the top 5 or 6 or 7 are the ones that we use the most, and the bottom 5 to 7 are the ones that we use the least. And then the ones in between, we use them whenever we need to. So even though there's ones at the bottom of your list that you may not use very often, like let's say courage or bravery, if you are called to, protect your child in a crazy situation, you'd pull out that courage and bravery very quickly. Whereas something like if your primary strength, for example, my primary strengths is love of learning, hope, gratitude, humility, and social intelligence and perspective. Those are the things that I use on the daily to live my life and function as an authentic human being. So before I get into more of the actual character strengths and how to use them, first I want to share with you how to actually take the assessment. So if you head to viacharacter.org, then that's where you'll find this assessment and a number of other ones. Actually, there's some really great tests in here, and you just need to sign in and find the actual assessment, and then it takes about 15 minutes to take the test, and it'll send you your results. So when you get your results, it's going to be a chronological list of all of these strengths and in the order reflected for yourself based on the answers you gave to the assessment. And what I would encourage you to do is take some time to reflect on your top strengths and how they come forward in your day-to-day life, and how maybe you can bring them more often into your day-to-day life or in different areas of life where you might be struggling. Let me give you an example. An area where I often struggle, even though social intelligence is one of my highest strengths, sometimes I struggle in personal relationships to show up as my not true self, but show up as my full self and share myself more. I'm somebody who isn't often willing to just offer up information about myself or story tell or share experiences unless I'm asked about them. And that's just part of me being like an introvert and not exactly the chattiest of Kathys. So one thing that I have been doing is looking for opportunities to share what I'm grateful for, or what I'm really hoping for, like what are my dreams and what was it, that I'm chasing after these days, because those are areas where I can talk very naturally, and I like talking about those things. So those are strengths that I am using in an area of my life where I want to grow and lean into more. In terms of love of learning, that has always served me well in my career aspirations. Over the past year, I have done so much learning and training around coaching and ADHD, and I'm using that on this platform. I love learning and I love sharing what I've learned, which is why I'm sitting here recording this video and why you're listening to it. So thinking about that in the context of, well, how do I want to connect with my audience and what do I want to share with them? I'm all about just sharing what I'm learning and the journey that I'm going through. And that feels like a very natural thing to me. And that's why I'm able to be so consistent with it. The other thing that this assessment does, I think is really cool, is give you a map of what overuse and underuse of strengths might look like. And I'll give you an example. I had a client recently who did this character strengths assessment, and her number one strength was humility. And you would think, wow, that she's a humble person, and that's really cool. That's a great strength to have. Well, when it's being overused, it shows up as lack of confidence in yourself and not asking for what you want and putting everybody else's needs before your own. Whereas the opposite of that, if you're underusing humility, then you are probably arrogant and very sort of self-focused and unable to consider the needs of others because you don't have enough humility in your character strength. So there's a really interesting way of looking at what is coming up for you and where you might be over or underusing your top strengths. So that's a great way to reflect and just get a sense of where you could do some more work and lean in more to your strengths. So that's what I wanted to share today. I'm going to do a number of videos on the VIA character strengths because I do think it's a really powerful self-awareness tool. So when you get a second, or when you have 15 minutes actually, download your results and just take some time to reflect on them. See if they feel aligned to who you are, and start doing some noodling, and I'll continue to share ways of how you can use this to craft a business, a work life, and just a personal life that you love and is completely and genuinely aligned to who you are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.